Hi and welcome back to my Woolly Ramble. It's been a while for the Woolly Ramble. I've been busy recording all the slow craft with Stephen, but I kind of thought I'll just want my own wee space where I can showcase you all what I'm working on and what I love. In the other one it's more focused on Stephen learning a lot about yarns and knitting and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'll jump in. So in episode 1 I showed you the Crumble Cardigan that was actually finished knitted. I just needed to put the buttons on. So I have settled on some buttons and it's really just kind of finishing it off. You can see these wee pearl buttons in like a wee flower shape. It really looks fabulous on it. Again, the Crumble Cardigan the pattern is for a Rowan Summerlight TK, but I decided to knit it up in the Rowan Baby Cashsoft Merino just because I like to work with a wool. I like the elasticity of the wool to work in. I don't love knitting in cotton. I sometimes do it, but yeah, I prefer the wool. So that is one of the finished ones. Another finished one is one of the Anker sweaters. This time I've knitted it in the felted tweed, and it came out really nice. It was my mum. She came over for a visit just over a month ago, and I've got 2 new nephews, Pelle and Siggy. So this one here is for Pelle, and Siggy's is nearly done. And that's this one here, so you can see just a sleeve left to do. So one of the things, knitting it in the felted tweed is not as elastic as the ones I've knitted in before. The pattern tells you to knit with 4mm needles all the way through. However, I changed to 3.25s for the ribs at the cuff and also down at the bottom, not the top, but just those two. I just felt that if I didn't change the needle size down, the cuffs and the bottom just looked awful. So yeah, that's just a wee tip if you want to do it in the felted tweed. Maybe this is the next colour I'll be doing it in. But yeah, I need another niece to do it. Oh, I got 2. They're a bit older, so yeah, maybe they'll get one of them. So that's the Anker one. Yeah, the previous one I knitted for my nieces was in the Rowan Alpaca Soft DK. That looks gorgeous in that as well. So that is one of my VIPs. I got several on the go. As you know that I'm doing some tutorials on sock knitting, so I have not come as far, but I have recorded episode 3, which is the turning of the heel. So now I am just about to pick up stitches on either side of the heel flap, so I can show you how to do the heel gusset. So yeah, follow the sock knitting tutorials and I'll show you how to finish this off. So that was my second VIP. Another one that you've seen in a previous episode is my Kim Hargreaves Kidsilk Haze jumper cable one. As you can see, I've not got that far. Sometimes what happens is that you get started, you really love it, and you just scoot through it, and then suddenly something else pops up and pops on your needles. So yes, this one hasn't got very far. It takes time, so I think each round is about 5.5–6 minutes for me, so it's growing quite slowly, so I sometimes get a little bit bored if things doesn't knit up quickly. So, but I need to get back to this one, so I'll see what the next episode I should really have a bit more done. So yeah, that's my third VIP. And oh, I have some other finished projects. I can't actually show you the ones I did because they're handed over to, they were teacher presents, so my son commissioned me for 3 baskets, hanging baskets like this one. So these ones are crochet teardrop baskets. I've done them in the Bobbiny. I really like the look of the Bobbiny for these ones, and it looks, yeah, really looks great. I got a couple at home as well to put everything, or just bits and bobs in. So yeah, I will link, I'll put a link down to the pattern. But yeah, the Bobbiny cord looks absolutely great. For this one I used a 9mm Clover hook. I always use Clover hooks when I'm working Bobbiny, otherwise it just becomes too tough to work with. I've done them with the WYS Knit Pro, but I find that the Clover, it's night and day, the difference. It's so much easier in the Clover, so I'd highly recommend, if you're using Bobbiny to crochet with, yeah, again, use the Clover hooks. But yeah, so this is just a wee, I managed to make, they were actually slightly smaller, but I managed to make one in an evening, so I think I only had about 3 evenings to get these presents done, because yeah, my son is always kind of last minute. So that was some finished products. I got another work in progress, which is one I think I might have shown in another episode, but it's this one here, from the Sundance pattern book. So this cardigan there. So I have finished the back, which is, I've also crocheted it a bit longer, just fancied a little bit of a longer yeah, cardigan. So the back is done. Still have a lot of ends to sew in, and anyone who loves sewing ends, you're welcome to give this a go. No, I'm fine, but it does take a little bit of time. Sometimes people forget that it takes quite a number of hours to finish a garment. So I have then started one of the sides, so that's how far I got with it. I really need to speed up with that one as well, because that has been lying, I think it was kind of lying in the naughty corner for a wee minute. But yeah, I absolutely love it, so I really need it finished. So that's another VIP. What was that, number 4? And another, the 5th one I'm going to show you, is one I've had, it's been lying for a while, but that's my Orla Love Bag. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's using the Orla Love square. What I have done, you'll probably notice that my squares are a little bit bigger. I have added an extra treble border around the squares. I just wanted to give the flowers just a little bit more space. I just like to kind of frame, it's almost like you're framing the flowers, and just I just like that. Everyone's different, so also I needed the squares to be a little bit bigger. I have knitted it in a slightly finer yarn, or crocheted should I say. I've crocheted in a finer yarn, so I'm using a 3mm hook, and the Anker organic cotton, which I absolutely love crochet with. It doesn't split as much as other cottons, so so yeah, that's one of the cottons I do quite like to crochet in cotton. So this, it's a great one for granny squares, or yeah, these ones are technically a granny square. But yeah, so that's my 5th VIP, and let's see next episode how far I come with that. But obviously you can never really stop looking at new projects, so my lovely knitter who knits for the shop but also sometimes teaches my classes when I can't be there, Liz, who actually is a professional test knitter for Anakin Alice, which is a designer that specialises in lace. So Liz is a lace specialist and also a sock specialist. So, and she's had lots of garments in front of Knitting Magazine. So Liz has made this one, which is actually quite plain for her. This, I don't know if you can see it, I need to try and, this is the Cumulus V-neck jumper. Quite a nice one. It's knitted in the Rowan Cashmere Haze, a yarn that's been discontinued, so at the moment it's in the sale in the shop, and I only got, like, for the Cumulus blouse, I only have enough in a white, I think, left. But yes, so that's the one I am having my eye on. I want the V-neck. I think a lot of people, it's kind of they have a round neck which is called the O-neck, and people about 50-50 which one they want to knit. So I have a lot of people knitting these ones in the shop. But yeah, so this is the one I got my eye on. It's nice. It's really soft. Another one is that I got some Noro Akari, and I just have it here in the background. This one and that one, and this is one where you kind of see the yarn and you're like, yeah, I need to get this, and then I have no idea what I'm going to make with it, but I'll find something. So I have two things that I'm thinking about at the moment. At the moment I'm quite happy just to have them sitting on my shelf looking pretty. They remind me of it's Japanese. If you don't know Noro, I think I've been speaking about it before in some of the videos we've done. It's obviously Japanese, but it reminds me of the raku pottery with the way this knits up. I have a lady in one of my classes who's knitting a jumper for his son in it, in a different colourway, but it's looking absolutely fabulous, and it's just, yeah, it's just divine. So I'm definitely the pink one. I'm quite a pink person. So there's two patterns I'm toying with at the moment, and I don't know how long it's going to take me to kind of make up my mind. So the first one is in the newest Noro magazine, and it's that wee t-shirt there. I think it takes about 2 balls of it. They are 200-gram balls. So yeah, that wee kind of short sleeved t-shirt. I need some summery t-shirts. And the other one is a scarf, which is in, yeah, Noro magazine. That one is 21, and it's called the origami scarf. It almost gives a 3D effect, and I've always been, I need to make one of these scarves at some point. What will, yeah, it could be the Akari, but I just like that you're knitting a garment that almost becomes 3D, because it almost looks like, well, it is going to start kind of folding. It just really intrigues me. So yeah, I'm so excited. But yeah, that's really all from me. Actually, when I sat looking at this video, I had a customer in between. I was recording, so yes, I had a customer and had to kind of turn the camera off, and then suddenly I was kind of watching back, and I thought, there is actually one finished project I've done since last time that I haven't shown you, and it's right there. I had to re-knit my Baltic, or it's pure Baltic beanie. So I made this version here. I was actually recording at the same time how to make it, so there's a video how to show you how to knit this one, and actually learn to knit. So I thought, and this time I actually just popped one of the faux fur pom-poms on. This one is the grey tip one I have in the shop, and I just thought that looks actually absolutely awesome. So yeah, that's one of my finished projects as well. So I have been a little bit productive, but not as much as I really would like to be. So but I think that's enough ramble from me this time. So yeah, if you enjoy my wee chats, then please like and subscribe. And that is all from me today. Bye.